You're in the right rough.
Yeah, I mean
That's your miss.
Yeah.
You can shoot 65 with that miss. Just turn and go. Got your miss on the other side.
5 yards into the rough, 6 yards into the rough.
But those misses aren't going to create panic on your next tee box.
I'm going to do the same thing.
You're going to do the same thing. And that's the problem with your other misses. It produces panic on the next tee box. You want a miss that doesn't produce panic. I want full commitment. Start from behind the ball, walk up and set. You still need to have that wave of calm and injection of confidence. I'm loving this. You just got to have that positive attitude. Golly. Not Nikki. Just play without panic. Playing golf is about feel, but the ball is responding not to our feel. It's responding to the laws of physics and geometry that exist at the moment of impact. So we want to, you can't always fix the geometry with feel. Here's what we do know. You may say, man, those two felt the same. The one I hit good, the one I dislike, they felt the same. Well, then the feelings are lying to you. They aren't the same. You're not getting the distinction in feel. What we know is you had a different path on that slice, on those two swings. The paths were not the same, even though the feel might have been. So you can't trust your feel yet. You have to think feel, but you probably didn't have as much of this baseball swing in that slice as you. It might have been the old train backswing. So you got to really make sure you feel the baseball backswing. It's possible that's overdoing it, but you may need to overdo it for a while in order to never do the underdo. That was perfect. That'd be a 3-yard fade. Now, is there a possibility that the new backswing, which I'm absolutely committed to now, this athletic turn, this baseball turn, it's creating an early wrist hinge, it's creating an earlier hip turn. It's just you're loading your core's getting loaded, your wrists are getting loaded. I think you're reducing the speed of closure of the club face. You're not rolling your forearms as much. I think it has a lot of positive things.
Why? Why did you do that? It feels really good.
It's possible that this change has, on this arc, picture this arc being chopped up into half-inch zones. And each of those has different, if you hit the ball in this zone, the geometry would be X. If it was in this zone, it would be Y. So I have all of these, wherever you position, whichever square you decide to put that ball in, is going to have a different geometry than if you put it in a different place. It's possible that the ball position for the non-baseball athletic swing doesn't match your ball position for the other swing.
Okay.
So let's move it one ball forward on this next 3 swings. We certainly would expect to hit it higher. Our dynamic loft should be higher. That may be one of the longer drives. That's going to be in the top 10% of length today. We'll do a practice swing. Just keep your head right there. Start your fourth
A little bit.
a little bit. Hit some balls with that. I think sometimes you sneak up, that causes the block. I think sometimes you just have it a little bit of upper, a little bit of lean at the top instead of from the waist. So pretend I've got that club right behind your ear. You're not going to hit it. You're going to stay behind the golf ball. A little bit more of that. We'll do 2 or 3. Early evidence is good.
Huh?
Early evidence is good.
It brings the flight up too, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think the ball position also is an important component. It makes it easier to stay behind the ball when the ball's a little bit more forward. So everything is improved with the ball forward, but now we've got to make sure that we don't slide left. I want you to really try to hit this high. I mean, I want you to see that you're going to hit it. The ball flight's going to be above the mountains, close to that first row of white clouds. I mean, you're going over the center field fence. You did it. That's the highest ball you've hit today.
Sure. Big one too. 280 carry.
And you flew. Oh yeah. Now, you have a gift. We just took all the mechanics out of your head. You just said, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do that. And so you need to, whatever you did then has to be tied to your target out there. That big vision, that was beautiful. Now you can reflect back after you've hit it what it feels like, but you don't necessarily have to think the feel right now. Think the vision. Trust your athleticism to duplicate the vision. And then you can reflect what it felt like to do it. And then over time you can kind of just, I'm going to think that feel that I'm remembering when I do the reflection. That's 2 in a row. That was just awesome. That's 2 awesome drives in a row. And that's the launch angle you want right there. Also, when you have that kind of launch angle, the left and right curvature will be smaller. But hitting it that high almost requires you to stay back behind it, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does.
You don't have to think about not moving your head. You just think about, I'm going to hit it high.
Right.
That's a beautiful launch angle. I want to get that launch angle just nailed down. It's hard to have that height if you've got a swing mechanic that's going left so much. That's just not. That's not. You're almost thinking this. Let's own that launch angle first. Right now, your athletic partner is putting a lot of good pieces together. Work isn't done, but we're not going to give it any more homework for a second. We're going to say, let's do a few more exercises. That's your new low one.
Yeah, that was a little skinny too.
Yeah, but it was higher than some of your other ones. I want us to really focus on that launch angle. We have 2 goals. One is, goal 1 is hit it with that launch angle. Goal 2 is hit the fairway. But I don't want to go after goal 2 and sacrifice goal 1. So I want goal 1, bonus is 2, but goal 1 every single swing.
I feel like I'm letting my right chin, my chin rests on my right shoulder. Like I feel like I'm.
That works.
I'm not straight up like this.
That's fine. I think you're right. I think to go straight up, it has a leftward pull in it.
Okay.
It has a leftward element to that.
I'm hitting a lot of good ones too.
Yeah, you are. You're not looking at fairway. You're looking at the sky, man. I'm looking at a cloud I'm trying to hit. And that's just the best drive you've hit today. That may be the best drive you've hit this year.
It might be.
I mean, that was just absolutely awesome.
I toned down my swing a little bit there.
Okay.
I didn't.
All right.
After it as hard.
It wasn't crazy aggressive.
Yeah, right.
It was aggressive,
smooth,
but wasn't crazy aggressive.
I'm just thinking smooth, but high and smooth.
Yep. Okay. That's a good phrase. Let's use that. High and smooth. How are your hands? Okay.
Oh yeah, they're numb with pain right now, so I'm good to go. I don't feel any pain right now.
Okay. I think you need to consciously put a picture in your mind, and not so. Maybe a thought too, but you've got to include now, and your pre-swing thought has to have a picture, not just a verbal phrase, or make sure you take it inside, or make sure you do this. You've got to say, I need to see the picture.
It's a high fade that I see.
Fine. You need to see high. I don't care if you if you want to see a fade, that's fine. But I don't think you put a picture in your head on that last one. I think you just swung without a picture. Commit to a picture. You almost need to have an attitude, I don't know if I'm going to hit the fairway, but by golly, it's going to be up in the air.
Okay.
That I'm going to do. I can do that 100 times in a row. I can't hit a fairway 100 times in a row, but man, I can have a 15-degree launch angle every time. You've got to own that right there. You just nailed that cloud just then. All right, I'm looking at that cloud. I wanted that ball to pass right through it, just like that last one. Ooh, that is so big. That's right through that cloud again. This is awesome.
And this feels repetitive. I can do this a lot.
Yes. Well, let's keep in mind, the chosen ball flight is a means to an end. Whether we choose a fade or a draw, that's a means to an end. Don't forget the end. The goal is hit the fairway. You have to rethink everything as soon as you have new information. Are there things that we can do later, he said, underscoring later, to change that to a draw? There are. But it would be wrong to do that now. We've been here, but we've had success before. But it's always fragile.
Right.
And I've always been, and sometimes it's been my fault more than yours to go to something, okay, let's do this now. Boy, you hit that great, now let's do this. No, you hit it great 15 times, not 115 times, not 1,015 times, you did it 15 times. Why are you going something new now? I want to hear a report, man, I had it at the golf course, that high fade. And then, okay, do it again, do it for a month with a, Now you say, Tom, I've got it, that's done. That's no longer an issue, but what if I want to hit a high draw, what do I do? Then we can have that discussion. But not until you demonstrate to me that you can come out on your own and have a good, and hit the same shot. I don't want to talk today about how to make that a draw.
Okay.
I think that would be a criminal act on my part.
All right.
And that cloud hasn't moved, it's just waiting for you.
So I'm out there, I'm playing a couple holes, I'm hitting balls, things are starting to slice. They're high, but they're slicing.
If it's slicing, you lost your baseball.
Okay.
That's to me what's happened. You lost your baseball swing. That's just a big power effect. Now, do you find yourself moving the ball, or you lost your ball position?
I'm on, okay. I'm on my pinky toe.
Okay.
All right, well,
You play so much good golf with that.
yeah. Let's see.
Missed it right. It was, you had the high. Missed goal one you got, goal two you did not. It was a high fade, too much curve. That's a hitting the cloud and hitting the fairway. That's goal 1 and 2. That's it. That's 2 in a row. That's your skinny one, wasn't it?
Skinny,
But higher than your non-skinnies earlier today. And in the fairway. That was a good miss. That's awesome. That is huge too. And that's definitely low spin. There's no balloon in there. There's no. That's got to be 2,300. Is that all 5?
That's it.
You hit them. I think you got there.
4 and 5.